Greetings, Guardians. This is Olympus Alliance, and today we return to the Underworld Flames to talk about one of the oldest and most iconic protectors in Hero Wars, Alliance. A hero every player knows, but very few truly understand. The Demon Guardian, the Red Sentinel of Chaos, and the shield that stands between victory and collapse. Today we dive deep into Astaroth, how he works, who he empowers, and how to use him at the highest level. Astaroth is a strength-based tank from the Chaos faction, positioned on the front line. His entire identity revolves around mitigating physical damage, redistributing lethal blows, and denying enemy momentum. His Flame Veil shield absorbs physical punishment for the entire team, he burns energy from the backmost foe every single attack, he transfers a large portion of heavy physical damage from your most threatened ally to himself, and of course, the iconic last word, resurrecting one fallen ally once per battle. It's no exaggeration to say Astaroth is both a wall and a second chance packaged into the same hero. But the real power of Astaroth unlocks when you understand his synergies, because alone he's strong, but with the right allies, he becomes a nightmare for physical attackers and a lifeline for fragile carries. Let's begin with Satori, the Fire Fox Mage. Satori is one of the most dangerous heroes in the game, but also one of the most vulnerable due to his frontline position. When protected by Astaroth, everything changes. Astaroth absorbs the most threatening physical hits, allowing Satori to apply Foxfire marks safely and counter-dodge teams with ease. Even when Satori falls, and it does happen, Astaroth brings him straight back to life, restoring the entire win condition of the team. It's a clean, simple, perfect synergy. Satori dishes out destruction, Astaroth keeps the Fire Fox alive long enough to do it. Another brilliant partnership rises from Chaos, Peach, the circus assassin. She adores having chaotic allies in front of her, because her whip becomes more brutal when protected by a Chaos frontline. Astaroth burns energy from the backmost enemy while Peach tears away armor from the strongest target. The result is a brutal combination of armor shredding, delayed enemy tempo, and stronger physical and magic attack for everybody in front of her. Astaroth absorbs the pain, Peach delivers it back in style. But one of the most explosive combinations comes with the fiery warrior herself, Kayla. Kayla thrives in chaos, and Astaroth provides exactly the environment she needs. She dives into the enemy center, creating pure havoc. Astaroth ensures she survives those dangerous moments by absorbing a portion of all heavy physical damage aimed at her. When her health gets low, she simply leaps out, heals, and jumps back in. Together they form an aggressive, punishing frontline built around raw pressure, pure damage, and continuous assault. And now, Guardians, let's talk about supports, the heroes that elevate Astaroth's defensive identity into something far more dangerous. Aiden is the first name that comes to mind. Aiden boosts maximum health, applies shields, and doubles healing for Chaos heroes, and that alone turns Astaroth into a fortress. The longer the battle goes, the harder Astaroth becomes to remove. Aiden's sacrifice abilities make the frontline incredibly resilient, and the combination of Chaos synergy plus extra healing transforms Astaroth into a late-game titan. Martha is another phenomenal support. The moment sustained damage pushes the team into danger, her totem appears and floods everyone with healing. Combined with Astaroth's physical protection and Martha's speed buff, your team gains both survival and tempo at the same time. When her Tea of Wisdom arrives, battles flip instantly in your favor. One of Astaroth's most underrated synergies is Octavia. Her dodge against physical and magic damage, plus the bonus energy she provides with every successful dodge, breaks the timing of enemy assaults. Suddenly Astaroth takes far fewer clean hits, gains energy faster, and ults much earlier than expected. This duo makes it extremely difficult for attackers to break your position. And finally, The wild partnership with Astrid and Lucas. Lucas rushes to the front line after just 3 strikes, absorbing tremendous amounts of punishment, and he doesn't care how much he takes. This provides Astaroth perfect cover, allowing him to focus on shielding and energy burning while Lucas distracts and disrupts enemy momentum. But as always in Hero Wars, Alliance, no hero is unbeatable. Understanding how to defeat Astaroth is just as important as knowing how to use him. Magic damage that grows stronger with every second, such as Mushy, Zesha, or Zesha synergies, eventually overwhelms Astaroth's defenses. His protection is designed for physical threats, so scaling magic breaks through. Physical heroes who bypass armor or deal frequent pure damage also crush him. Sebastian, Ishmael, and especially Lara Croft carve through his low armor and deal the type of damage Astaroth cannot block. And the most deadly counter of all, Morrigan. Morrigan completely prevents resurrection, shuts down Last Word, and even weakens his armor through her artifact. She completely negates Astaroth's biggest identity. Even worse, she opposes him even when she's on his team. Necromancy simply does not allow Astaroth to resurrect anything, including his own allies. Finally, Iris is a risky but effective counter. With perfect timing, her soul removal prevents Last Word from activating. Not easy, but devastating when pulled off correctly. So, Guardians, Astaroth remains one of the most flexible, beginner-friendly, and strategically valuable tanks in the game. Whether you use him to sustain fragile carries, delay enemy momentum, counter physical threats, or resurrect key win conditions, he continues to be a timeless protector that every roster should understand. If this guide helped you, make sure to like, subscribe, and drop your thoughts in the comments. Your support is what keeps this community growing stronger every day. Stay tuned, stay sharp, and as always, salute and friendship.